Hi guys, and welcome into the Strapped In podcast. Yeah, change of scenery this week. We're trying out something different. I'm visiting home, and I wanted you guys to meet my parents. This is Sarah, and this is Barry. I probably will be doing the rest of this podcast in my car, but it's just over there and we'll still be near my parents. I hope this has caught your eye, actually, because it's going to be a very feelings podcast. There's been a lot happening in the Strapped In world, actually, yeah. But we'll come say goodbye to them at the end, I think. But we'll go to my car. Welcome to the Swift. I was gonna do the podcast outside, but there's actually currently someone like digging up a grave, and his little tractor is going meep meep meep, which ambience is there, but not for today. You're probably wondering why I'm not in the egg chair and I don't have Graham or Piper here. It's because I'm staying in Kyabram. Yeah. I have not been doing good. And honestly, like sitting here in the sun, I mean, I am at the cemetery and my two parents are like buried right over there and my pop as well. But it's been beautiful weather down here, actually. I kind of miss like the Melbourne shitty weather and the raining. I love rain. I love rain so much. But something's going on in Darcy's head. Something's not right. And like we knew that. But yeah, I've just not been doing very good. So I haven't been home to record with my audio guy or to have Piper there as well. They've been very nice about it because I know that they enjoyed this as well. I also hope you guys don't mind this setup. I feel like I'm always in like really like ambient lighting and like now you can see everything about me. Hey. But yeah, not doing good. I've been staying in Kai for about 2 weeks and yeah, everything's just kind of come crumbling down in my head. So I thought this would be the perfect time to do a grief episode. I am staying with my family and I'm so grateful to have such a good support around me. That like, yeah, I don't know. I was saying before that I feel like Frank from Little Miss Sunshine, like he's suicidal and gay. Like that's me. Anyways, I did some extra makeup today because I don't really want to cry and like I'm gonna have to send this audio to Graham and he's gonna be like, man, what the fuck? Nah, he won't. He might. But anyways, yeah, it's just been kind of insane. I've deferred uni, unfortunately, which I feel like a little bit of a failure. I really enjoy uni, but sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit dumb. Which I'm not. Like before I deferred, I got a like 80 something on one of my assignments, which is really good. But actually when I told my counselor, he's like, "Oh, it's good, but it's not great." I'm trying my best. But right now I'm just trying to keep myself alive. And everything's kind of piling on top. then, wow, we're getting straight into this actually, yeah. Yeah, everything's just kind of piling on top, and I have been mentally not well for probably since I was 10, since my mum died. And I know when things are going bad and when I need to seek help, and yeah, that's now. I'm glad that I have a car to be able to drive and see my family and to have that freedom to do so. But yeah, I don't know. God, where do I fucking start? Yeah, uni was becoming a bit too much. I feel like the HEC step's a little bit scary, even though I'm gonna have to pay more now that I've deferred. Yeah, but I'd rather do it well. I'd rather pass and get my diploma and get a good job and live my life. But right now, I don't see myself doing that and succeeding and living, or at least a happy life. Sometimes I'm just like, dang, is there people that are not mentally ill? If you are, write in the comments. You know, I know everyone around me is struggling, and that I think that's like the thing of being an adult is like, dang, everyone has their own problems, and so it becomes like, who do I reach out to? And also I do want to preface this by saying I have an amazing support around me. I'm just crying on a podcast because I can. I'm seeing someone, I'm not seeing someone like that, but I'm seeing someone, and yeah, like I'm all good. Look, let's get down to the nitty gritty. I think I'm actually just, because I'm doing this by myself, I'm just gonna like double check that it's still recording. Graham, if you're listening to this, I'm just walking around my car to make sure that it is still recording. It is. All right. Man, if there was anyone at the cemetery right now, they'd be giving me some fucking stares, I tell you that much. Also with my bumper stickers on the back of the car that said, "Don't honk at me, my mum and dad are dead." Right, so, pardon me. Graham's gonna be like, what the fuck? So obviously my parents are dead. And so my mum had cancer when I was younger. The first 10 years of my life were like absolutely perfect. It was like white picket fence family. Like we had no problems. Like the only problems we had was like I wasn't beating my brother at rock band. You know what I'm saying? Like we were out every weekend doing family stuff, and like in hindsight, like us kids didn't know that mum was sick. And I think like that was probably a good thing. Yeah, in hindsight, it was probably a good thing that we didn't know, because the first years of our lives with mum was just like so fucking perfect. And then I think it was around my birthday one year, we were going to go to our family friend's house, and mum fell over and snapped her arm in half. Arm in half? Bone in half. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. And she had to get taken to the hospital, and she didn't come out of hospital for a bit. And that's when us kids, well, at least I remember, that we found out that mum was sick. And I think at that point she'd been given like a couple years prior, she'd been given a couple years to live. And from then on, she was in and out of hospital. She had pheochromocytoma, which I can't be bothered explaining, nor do I think I'm saying it right. And I think my brother's going to watch this and be like, okay, you're fucking wrong. But my memory is actually doo-doo fart brain, and Can you blame me? I'm sitting in a cemetery doing a fucking podcast. Anyways, yeah, so she was in and out of hospital, and I was maybe about like 9 at this point, 9 or 10. And yeah, it just kind of became the norm that she was sick. She got her spleen taken out. She was just always on the couch. She was just sick. And then she had to go to the hospital for something in Melbourne. And I remember us kids got school off. If you see me looking down there, I'm looking at the audio, by the way, just to make sure I've got it right. Yeah, we went to Melbourne and we got to stay in doctors' apartments. And we had a bunch of family around Melbourne and whatever. So we're all in and out, like seeing mum. And I remember I went in and yeah, she was like connected to all these tubes and like basically in like a medically induced coma. And I went in and like put flannelettes on her head and stuff and just looking after her like she did to me. And yeah, I'm not going to get really into the nitty gritty because fuck, would be here for a long time. I've got 2 dead parents. Anyways, I feel like I'm in Fleabag looking like breaking the fourth wall. Anyways, my cousin and family lived in Belgrave, and so Mindy had just had her birthday, and I would go to Belgrave with Jakey, and then Mindy would go see other family and Toby and like whatever. We would just think like mum's friends were like trying to like help dad with like 4 kids, and we were dropping my cousin off to school one day, and we were playing on the playground, and I saw my auntie walk up to the teacher, like kind of shocked, and said like Matt can't come to school. Sorry, Matt. Hey, and yeah, we got in the car, and my auntie looked at me and was like, "I'm sure you know something's wrong with your mum." And I was like, "Well, no, I didn't, but now I do." And she was at Peter McCallum. Fuck you, Peter McCallum. And all of us kids went in there, and Dad had us in like this tiny room, and he was like, "Your mum's gone to heaven." And all of us were like, oh, like mind you, sorry, this day that I was going into the hospital that day because mum was getting taken off life support. So we hadn't spoken to mum in a long time. And yeah, so Dad had told us that, and I don't know, something about me when my parents die, like I gotta run. Like I'm like running the fuck away. He told us, and I like ran down the hallway and like fell to my knees. It's like funny now because it's like, what was I doing? But yeah, she unfortunately had like a training nurse, or I don't know, and she had like blood pressure medication that she was supposed to take, and they didn't give it to her, and she had a brain bleed and unfortunately passed away. She had a prior brain bleed when Mindy was born. She was a preemie, tiny little baby. We got to stay at the Ronald McDonald House and have Nutella. I just remember that. I remember that more than meeting Mindy, actually. There seems to be a fucking tornado happening outside. Is this a sign from my parents to shut up? Anyways, yeah. So, yeah, immediately after that, it just became like, my poor dad. Like, he had 4 kids. Like, he worked from, like, 2, 3 a.m. till, like, sometimes the afternoon. Like, he had it hard. And so I stood in and basically became, like, another mum. Like, not, like, fully at the start. I just wanted to help Dad, which I think that put a halt on my healing quite a lot. And I remember getting home and from mum dying, and Dad was going to send us kids out to my nan's, and I said, no, I want to stay and help you organise the funeral. Okay. I basically sat there and ate ice cream the whole time, but, all of mum's friends and stuff helped us, like, with everything, and I I wrote a thing to say at my mum's funeral, and did I say it? No. It got to, like, at the funeral, my mum and my dad have both had their funerals at the same place that they got married. And yeah, I remember getting in there, and the celebrant who also married them asked me to speak, and I was like, nope. But then she freaking said it wrong, so I should have fucking said it. It was about going to my first concert with Mum, which was Cyndi Lauper, which is also her funeral song. So yeah, I mean that was at 10, and I remember, like I said in the last podcast, my first boyfriend, not first, I don't know, I can't remember anything, but one of my boyfriends broke up with me because is my camera dirty? Oh well. Because my mum had died, but Sian, who I'll have on here at some point, said that, like, he remembers the day that, like, they got all the classes together and were like, Darcy's mum died. Why did you go and do that? Why'd you do that? I got broken up with. The fuck? Anyways. Oh, there is, oh, someone's getting buried. Anyways, been there, am I right? But yeah. So that was about 10, and we lost all contact with my family, like on my mum's side, unfortunately. My dad became a little bit protective, and I think for the grief episode, I don't think I really want to get into the things that my dad did that were wrong. I think I just want to talk about in memory of my parents and why the fuck I'm like this. But yeah, mum's illness was, like, very rare, like a very rare case. And it is, I was gonna say genital. It can be passed down. So Toby and Jakey both have the genes, and Mindy and I have to get tested. So also with Dad. Now, Dad was 2022, he passed away. Him and I had just, like, kind of started talking again, and our relationship was a little bit better. And my God, they're burying kind of a few people. Anyways, it started getting better, and then it was around Mindy's birthday. We were trying to organize something for Mindy's birthday, but he was, like, a little bit confused and almost kind of, like, forgetting about Mindy's birthday. And yeah, so some warning signs, like, started to show then, and we were, like, a little bit worried and whatever. And then all of us kids went to the house after his girlfriend at the time had told us that he's starting to be, like, really confused. Oh, and he's coming over here. So yeah, we ended up going to see him, and I've never seen, I'm sure people who have lost loved ones to dementia, I don't know if you can fucking hear this tractor next to me. Probably not. I'm sure if you've lost loved ones to, like, dementia, it's similar to this, except he was, like, seeing things, and he said to me once, he was like, there's one world and there's another world, and, like, it's not scary. And, you know, there was one time Mindy told me that he was, like, at the one end of our house and was like, he thought someone was in the house or something and was, like, talking to himself. I don't know. But we ended up finding out after fucking fights with the Kyabram fucking doctors. Don't go to the doctors in Kyabram. I feel like that's probably, he's coming up next to me. Hey. I feel like that's probably, like, you know, normal. Don't go to the Kyabram doctors. But he ended up being not really diagnosed. You need like an autopsy for it, and us kids just really, yeah. Anyways, he had CJD, Creutzfeldt-Jakob's disease, which is prions. I'm probably saying that wrong. But if you want to be terrified, search up prions. The way that I explain it to people is mad cow disease, but it's not really that. And I'd rather we go, like you and I, say Creutzfeldt-Jakob's disease, even though it's a little bit hard to say. Say that 10 times faster. Creutzfeldt. Yep. Anyways, but yeah, it was scary. It was quick. It was really quick. He was at the Austin in Melbourne, and first he went to a psych ward because they thought he was fucking insane, because that's how like out of it he was. And then I don't know if they put him in a medically induced coma, but I used to go visit him at the Austin hospital and play him music, because apparently they can hear that. But I don't know why, but at the time he was obsessed with Disturbed, The Sound of Silence. Fucking beautiful song. Love that song. But it was like, hello, darkness, my old friend. Anyways, he was in ICU. So if any of your loved ones were in ICU at that same time, I'm sorry that you heard that. There's a lot of Pink Floyd happening as well. My dad was an avid Pink Floyd listener. And now I am as well. But yeah, the doctors pulled us into another little room again, and it was just me and some of my family and Toby on FaceTime. And yeah, when they told us, because Toby had a bit of an inkling that it was that, I had asked them how long he had left, and they said, like, call your loved ones. It happens really quick. And, you know, like they said, they'd make him comfortable with morphine, and, you know, like maybe 2 days prior, he would like open his eyes, like when I would come and say something. But after this, they kind of went into, when someone's dying in a hospital, like they will put him into a room and turn off the machines so you're not watching them literally like slowly fucking die. And yeah, they turned off all the monitors, and he started to have a bit of a death rattle. If you've ever heard a fucking death rattle, that shit sticks in your head. I hate the sound of, from losing both of my parents, I hate hospitals, obviously. I hate beeping sounds. Everything is just so fucking triggering. I hate to sound like woke as hell, but everything's triggering. Woke as hell. Anyways. Yeah, and I sat there and held his hand, and it was fucking horrible. When Mum died, I couldn't watch her die. But after Dad had asked me to come in and grab some things from her room, and I said yes, because I don't know, when you're a kid, you just want to be like really strong, and like, well, I did anyways. Really strong, and I just really wanted to help Dad and like be there for him. Fucking eyeliner, bro. How do I look? And I went in and I took Mum's ring off her finger and put it on my finger, and I had it on for like 12 years, and it fucking wore down and broke, which I'm really sad about. If anyone is a jeweler, please let me know and please help me fix it. And I took a pillow that she died on, which was her like comfort pillow, and I sleep on that every night. I haven't washed it since she died, and it's been like, I don't know anything. I don't know anything, okay? But yeah. With Dad, I tried to stay in it for as long as I could, but I was medicated at the time. I needed to take my Seroquel. I was starting to get like brain zaps and stuff, and that's not good. And he seemed to be okay, but he was holding on. He almost gave himself a heart attack holding on. So I was like, fuck, I need to take my medication, and my siblings took me to my house, which was about a 20-minute drive. I took my medication, I had a shower, and then as soon as I opened the shower door, Jakey was standing there and he said, he's gone. And I think to this day that he went when I was gone, so I didn't have to see, because I'm sure it's traumatic, and I didn't want to see Mum do it, so I'm sure he did that for me. I was really bad though, because I wanted him to know that someone was there with him when he died. Oh my god. So yeah, I went back in with Mindy, and they had set him up really creepily. They did his hair the wrong way and whatever, and like when people are dead, it's not them anymore. But yeah, I went in and gave him a kiss. Mindy, I couldn't, and I kind of wish I didn't, because it's like, that's one thing people don't really talk about, is like, I see what my mum and dad looked like. I think about, this is so morbid, but I think about like what they would look like right now. I don't know if that's like fucked up to say, or if that's like a bad thing to say, but also I don't give a fucking damn. Both of my parents are dead. So, but yeah, and look, and the funeral's the next step, right? I wrote Dad's eulogy, and I spoke at my dad's funeral. His girlfriend at the time said that he would have been disappointed in the way that I did it because I didn't talk about her. But he was like 50-something and had 50 years and 4 kids of memories, so I tried my best. And again, I think I tried to take on that responsibility of doing the funeral and taking a load off everyone's back, because, yeah. But nothing is harder than writing a eulogy. That shit is hard. Condensing someone's life into that it's fucking hard. But I did it. Toby had to hold me up, because I was like genuinely like kind of full, and it was a lot. Standing in front of people, it was yeah, not good. I also had one of my friends that was like on drugs at the time and like clapped. She's not my friend anymore. Anyways, but yeah, I think I've been to more, what's that saying? I've been to more funerals than weddings. I think I've been to 2 weddings, actually. I've been to 2 weddings. One person I didn't really even know. But I was like saying this to my sister the other day, that when I've always had supportive friends, throughout all of this, and I am very grateful for that, but no one really likes to talk about this stuff or ask about your parents. And I think I had one of my friends a couple months ago just out of the blue be like, what was your mum like? And that meant a lot. When someone says to me like, oh yeah, like what did your dad do? What did your loved one do? It gives you the space to talk about it. And I feel like not a lot of people are able to do that. And I think people think it's too awkward, or it might end with crying like I am now, but I'm happy to do so. Now, I don't want all you bitches to come and do that to me now, but I'm just saying, if you have a friend that's just lost someone and they're able to talk about it, do it. I also, like, being in Kyabram is, oh my god. Oh no, my makeup, guys, he didn't tell me. Oh. Oh. No. Dang it. Whatever. God, I need a fucking drink after that. It's a V, it's not alcoholic. Can I have a cigarette on my podcast? Yeah, being in Kyabram is good. I'm really glad that I'm kind of puffed a little bit. I had to get out of my car. Fuck. Being in Kyabram is good because I'm around my family. And I find it peaceful coming out to the cemetery. I'll have a conversation with mum and dad and kind of tell them what's happening. My sister and I do that. Sometimes my sister and I take TikToks out here because we might as well milk it. You know what I'm saying? But also being in Kai reminds me of a lot of my friend Lily who passed away. She was one of the strongest people I know. And she passed away a year before Dad. And I met her in year 7 and she was good, Gina. She was a lesbian as well. She was one of my first girl kisses. But we were really close. It was high school, so we obviously had fights, and I laugh about them now because they were just so silly, but she was like one of the people from my high school that I kept in contact with and, knew actually cared about me, and she was always there. She was always sticking up for people and just being an overall fucking good person. She advocated for people. She spoke about her mental health. She helped me a lot with my mental health, and yeah, she was just gorgeous. Anyone that I introduced her to loved her. And she was just I miss her laugh. I think that's something I miss the most is her laugh. I think while I'm in Kyabram, I'm going to go to where her ashes were spread, which is like fucking hour away, but hey, that gives me time to listen to music, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, she unfortunately lost her battle to mental health a year before Dad, and yeah, just people are weird when people die. I'm not going to talk too much on that because I think everyone grieves in their own weird ways. This is not about the Lily stuff. I do one episode want to show some like videos and stuff from Lily and I. I was with her the night before she passed away, and it was just a funny night. Like, she was just, you just never really know when your last time with someone is. And that one was I'm gonna be honest, that one was a tough one for me as well. And to speak about it as well was because I thought it was my fault. We were supposed to have a sleepover that night, and fucking good old me was peopled out. I know now that, like, she had been fighting for a long time to survive. So, it wasn't my fault, but I wish she was here with me. I feel like obviously my mental health and stuff comes down to the things I've been through and, the stuff in my brain, but I think a lot of my grief and stuff was halted because I did drugs and I put myself in stupid positions and I just never really focused on it. And now when I'm at the ripe age of 25, I'm paying for it. But I know how to do it because I've seen how it is when someone dies, and I don't want to do that to my family because we'd be fucking tragic. Like, it'd be tragic, bro. Like, it'd be really fucking tragic. And I really don't want to do that to them, especially. I love my family so much. And I think throughout all of this has made us all so close. Like, I know I can, like, my brothers are fucking smart asses sometimes, but I know I can call them and they'll be there in 2 hours because they live 2 hours away from me. And same with my sister, like, she'll be there for me whenever. And my brother's wives as well, my sister-in-laws, and my chosen family, like Sian and Ada and Darcy and everyone. And I wouldn't be here today without the people that I have in my life. Why does this feel like a fucking thank you speech? Like this, like I'm not killing myself. It's okay. We're good. I want to, but I'm not going to. I'm so thankful to have people just be there for me. When I started becoming really close with Sian, I remember I said to him, I was like, I am not mentally ill. And he was like, you are you've got something going on. And I do. But he always advocated for me, and God, there's been a million emergency trips and mental health is up and down, but like life, if any of my attempts had worked, I wouldn't be so excited to live with my best friend or see my family or watch my 2 nieces grow up. Even though they're kind of a little bit annoying, but I love them so much. They're both at annoying ages right now. Life is good, but it's hard. And I'm gonna fuck my makeup up. Makeup, bro. But I am able to do things like study and go out and experience things and see my favorite music live and just go for drives with my sister. Anything, basically. I have a whole life ahead of me, even though Darcy calls me fucking unk all the time. And he's probably not going to watch this for like 2 months, and then he's going to be like, oh. I know I'm so blessed, and I know I have so much to live for, but sometimes it just doesn't feel like that. And God, I'm probably preaching to the choir. Like, I'm sure everyone feels this way and understands. God, fucking, did they stop coming? But yeah, I'm just, maybe there'll be another episode like this. Not at the cemetery, probably not. Maybe just somewhere else. But I don't know if I'm going to be home for a little bit, which is okay. But yeah, I feel like a big part of me is what I've gone through, and I know there's many people out there that have also been through the same thing, and so of course I'm gonna talk about this because I'm sure it'll help someone. And I don't think that people should be scared to talk about what's happening in their lives and what they've been through, and because I'm sure I'll probably get a message from someone being like, thank you for talking about this. That kind of sounds like myself, but do you know what I mean? Like, I do feel like people need to talk about things more. And some people don't want to hear it sometimes, but that's fine. I remember just being like told about grief when I was experiencing it from one of my fucking primary school counselors. I don't want to say her name, but everyone knows who she fucking is. If you've been to Kai High, like, you know who she is. And like, it just, people tell you what grief is, but grief is so different for everyone else. Like, I saw this girl the other day talk about how her dad died, and when he died, she took the t-shirt he was wearing and put it in a Ziploc bag And when she feels like she needs it, or she's done something good, or is not feeling too good, she will take a sniff of it. And like smell is like a big thing of grief. It really is. Like smelling Lovely by Sarah Jessica Parker is what my mum used to wear, or Jovan Musk that my dad used to wear. Like sometimes I can like smell it and no one's wearing it, and I'm like, that's mum and dad saying that they're there. But yeah, I commented and I said I still sleep on the pillow that my mum died on like 13, 14 years ago, and sometimes I use her shampoo and conditioner and sleep with my hair wet so that it smells like her. And it is comforting. I have a bear that I sleep with every night called Lily Bear that Darcy bought me because when we were younger and mum died, my auntie had bought me a bear called Sare Bear, and that was for mum. Unfortunately, that did get lost, and I think about that every day. But grief for me, and for me, like keeping them alive is like on their anniversaries, mostly I try to just cry. Mostly I just try to cry. Or their birthdays, for mum, I'll have a platter and I'll drink some pink. I don't know if you saw it, the grave, which is looking a bit sad at the moment. I forgot to bring flowers out, but that's okay. Her favourite wine was pink, so we bring a bottle of pink out and we'll have a swig and pour some on her, pour one out for the dead homies. For dads, I like to make his spag bowl. We used to have spag bowl every Friday night and have a Carlton Dry. Now, do I drink Carlton Dry like all the fucking time? Do I always have one in the fridge? Yes. But things like that, and I've always got one of my friends that is offering to do that, and I think that helps a lot. Now, or my sister wants to. My mum got buried in her pajamas and her bed socks in comfy clothes, so that's what I normally do as well. Dad's last anniversary, I unfortunately didn't have any friends around, but I had Ember, our dog, black lab. I don't want to edit it in. I'm not going to be bothered. She's a black lab. I had a couple of beers and I watched the Pulse Live Pink Floyd performance and cried. And like, God knows, I think my friends know that like I be fucking crying at anything. Like, I'm so emotional. I'm also really terrified of having what my parents had. CJD, terrifying. We actually have to get tested for that, and if it is genetic, yeah, that's why I'm like scared of like, I can't remember anything. It's probably from trauma, but I can't fucking remember anything. I meet people and I'm like, hey, nice to meet you. And they're like, we've met before. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I had two friends make fun of me. We're like good friends now, but like I had two friends make fun of me because they're like, oh, we've met before. What's our names? And I was like, fuck, I don't know your names. Whoopsies. It is probably just trauma, but I'm also just terrified of that as well. I guess also, funerals. And I know I spoke about mum and dad's funeral before, but I love funeral sandwiches. Sometimes I crave a funeral sandwich. Do I want there to be a funeral? No. Mindy was saying before, and I did say this to her. Mindy's my little sister. I did say this to her before when she gets on the podcast that she should say this, but I'm actually going to steal it, Mindy, if you're watching. People, when you're a little girl, you plan your wedding, and you know, like everyone gets so excited about it, and like, God, did I plan my wedding, right? But I also planned my funeral. My mum had a little black book with all her funeral plans in it, her funeral songs, her everything, and now I've got my own little black book. Is it like low-key kind of like suicidal tendencies? No, I think that I want to be prepared, and I also don't want someone playing Ed Sheeran at my funeral. Like, I want Ethel Cain. I want you guys to be like low-key spooked out. I want to be cremated, maybe. I don't know. I don't want Darcy to keep me. I want him to spread me, please. Spread me? But I want, yeah, I feel like your loved ones shouldn't have to be guessing and planning and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, my funeral's planned. And who's getting what of my stuff and who gets Lucy. Darcy will probably get a lawyer to try get Lucy. I did say that Mindy could have her. Because unfortunately our mum's cat Ninja died not that long ago. Actually, she really kept on keeping going. Same with our dog Chewy. She unfortunately died as well. But back to funerals. God, I remember my mum's funeral, like running around, like chasing my cousins around, being like, "This is so fun." Actually, there's actually not much to say about funerals that's actually positive. I don't think that this episode is going to be very positive. I don't even know what number episode this is. 5? I'm one thing that I like, even with deferring uni, which fucking sucks, and I'm really sad about. I'm really excited to do the podcast. I'm not interested in it like taking off, although that would be great. But I do really like the editing and the talking and the planning and the social media side of it, and yeah, I really like it, and I really do hope that like I can keep doing this. But I do also think that my mental health comes first, and I think I needed to have a bit of a cry in front of a camera. God fucking damn it. But yeah. Yeah. I think also like being in my hometown and when my mental health isn't good, like I keep waking up in anxiety. Like I'm worried as soon as I wake up. My heart's beating, like I'm feeling really bad, but I think I wake up nervous to receive a message that someone's died, and like that's from my friend Lily dying. I woke up to a call, and so when someone calls me and that wakes me up, like that ruins the rest of my day. And I definitely need to talk to someone about that. But my sleep recently has just been so crazy, like waking up every 2 hours, vape in hand. That probably doesn't help either. So I don't think I can quit these. I want to quit them. God, do I want to fucking quit them. They're getting so expensive. I can't afford it anymore. I can't afford anything anymore. But it's fine. It's kind of peaceful out here. Also being in Kai, obviously my little sister has her own life. I've been sleeping in her bed, which by the way is my bed, and I begged for my dad to buy me a double bed, and now Minnie sleeps in it. It's fine. I hold a little bit of grudge for that. Her boyfriend. I've been hanging out with her boyfriend, a straight man. He's fun though. He's fun though. It's very rare. I think I'm very protective over Mindy, but he's a really nice bloke. Right. He's really nice. I really like him. He's funny as well, which I think our family, we have some dark humor, but we're funny. Yeah, we're funny. Low-key, we're funny. We have to be something other than sad, you know? But yeah, it's been kind of late. We were watching the footy last night. Man, pack it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've gone to, oh my God. Now that I've had my cry, guys, and I'm okay. I probably don't look okay. My makeup's probably all fucked up, but I've been to 2 local footy games. Do I look like a fucking alien? I mean, I do around here, but I've never felt so fucking, like, people are staring me down, like actually looking at me and laughing, and I'm like, oh my fucking God. I'm seeing are the nonces, the nonces of my childhood, like everywhere. I walked into the supermarket and saw a sex offender. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and you're like, oh yeah, are you peaceful there? I am peaceful. I'm at my house where I grew up in, and also my nan's house as well. But yeah, I went to the footy. I'm not going to say where it is, but I went to the footy, and this group of girls, I was standing with my sister, and this group of girls were like turning around, like looking at us, and then they all took turns and looking at us, and I was like, what the fuck are you looking at? Like, what are you looking at? Like, have you never seen a fat Jack? Probably not. They're like, whoa. Like, you can all take photos, $5 each. But it just, it's scary. It was really scary. And then I went to another one on the weekend, and like, we went over to go watch the fucking football, like after watching netball, and we were standing because it was like nowhere to stand, and they kept looking back at us. But like, okay, I was wearing my Year of the Gay beanie. Yeah, that probably doesn't help. But yeah, they don't like me here. They don't like me here. I did see we have a walking track around Kai, and I saw someone that I used to be friends with walking along it, so I beeped, and then I was like, oh my god, if that fucking happened to me and I didn't know who did that, like I'd freak out. So I like sent her a voice message, and I was like, hey, it's just me, ha. Like, so Kyabram was like, it's actually cooked. Like I feel so out of place. I can't go into the coffee shops. I'm like, what the hell? Someone called me? Yeah. Anyways. No, I'm not going to get into that. Anyways. It's just something about this fucking place. But anyways, it's been really good to hang out with my sister. We're just kind of like napping a lot. I've been FaceTiming Darcy a lot. I think he misses me. I miss my cat, Lucy. He's been sending me pictures of Lucy. Oh, I miss her so much. I miss her smell. Like that. Did that come up on there? Anyways. Yeah, I went for Easter, I went camping. I love camping. I love camping so much. Like us as a family used to go out camping, and Dad used to like go to work while we were out camping. So we'd be out camping for like maybe a week to 2 weeks, and we had like a shower. Like one year we had a fucking pool. Like it was fucking fantastic. Like we camped, not like glamping. It was still like water from the river that we were showering in. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like anything fancy, but we fucking lived it up. And Dad was a really fucking good cook. And now it's just like all been passed on. Like Toby made like this fantastic, like you put it in a pot and then you bury it underground with like hot embers and stuff, hot coals. Oh, it was so good. And jaffles and marshmallows every night, and it's just so nice. And I feel like my phone wasn't charged at all, and it just felt so good. I mean, the only time I was on my phone was to play like actual dad songs. I have a fantastic playlist if you guys want me to link that. I love a fucking dad song. I was drinking beers. I was sitting in the freaking chair, smoking cigarettes, like listening to fucking oh, I can't even fucking sing it. Money for Nothing and Your Chick's Free. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was fantastic. I love camping so much. We went out camping last year as well, and Darcy and I Darcy came with us this time, and we had a canoe thing. What do you call it? The paddling? Anyways, we had a canoe. Darcy and I have been drinking since 11 a.m., probably 10 a.m. We're like, across the river, there's like this green patch of grass and animals. And we're like, you know what? Were we insane? Like, was that even there? Anyways, we decided to swim across and let tie Mindy to a donut on the back. We almost died. Like, we almost died. It kept capsizing. Darcy couldn't. Darcy's head just kept going under. I was holding on to both of our hats. I was holding on to the paddle. Minnie was just like floating there drinking. Like it was actually fucked. But we did end up going over there. It was fine. But then we had to, because the current was so strong, we had to float down the... Don't drink and swim. It's actually happened to me multiple times. One on a stand-up paddleboard, and Ash left me for dead because like I was like laughing in scaredness. And I was like, please, I can't swim. And she paddled away from me and I almost died. And then it happened to her and she was like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, yeah. Anyways, that makes her sound like a cunt, but we were just all so drunk. I feel like that is number one though. What they do tell you is to not drink and swim. Couple of beers deep though. Before I go, I want to talk about Ethel Cain. I want to be friends with Ethel Cain. Hayden. I want to be friends with Hayden. I love her so much. I love her so much. I have the God loves you but not enough to save you on my shoulders. I think that's one of my tattoos I get the most compliments on. Also the cyber on my hands, but and my toothpid. She just did a lacquer version and I listened to a snip of it before, but on the way home from the cemetery I'm gonna be listening to it. I had a couple of my mutuals like comment on it and be like, oh, what if this was my last straw? So I'll let you know how I feel about it. But if there's one thing about me, I always listen to sad songs to make everything a little bit worse. Phoebe Bridgers' funeral. Oh. But yeah, hopefully I'll be back to normal posting. I just need to be alive. I need to focus on everything and I need to make sure that my brain is all good. You know, I'm talking to someone. If you're watching this and you're like, dang, I'm not doing too good either, Darcy, go talk to someone. I can suggest some places, but I'm not a professional. But I will be back. And I don't think I have my boss Kate just did a couple of shows around Victoria and stuff. Oh, more than Victoria actually. I actually thought that Brisbane was like near. Nah, I don't. I don't want to talk about this. I'm not really good at geography. If that is that the one, I don't know. But you should listen to Sourpuss. Shop You're the Gay. There's a couple of interview videos that I did out on the You're the Gay profile. There's actually a couple of vlogs on the You're the Gay TikTok as well. Not TikTok, fucking YouTube. So if you guys want to watch that as well, if you're missing my voice. But other than that, thanks for listening to me and watching me cry. Grief is a weird thing. But it never goes away. You just find ways to deal with it. And I'm still dealing with it years after. It's hard, but life is worth? Okay, maybe it's not. Life is worth, God damn it. Life is worth living. And if I don't really believe that right now, but you gotta fake it till you make it. And, unfortunately that's what I had to do with men most of my life. Anyways, thank you for watching. This is Strapped In podcast episode. I don't know. It'll say on the title, so it'll be fine. But thank you for watching. I will be back. And yeah. Bye.